There we go. Let me double check this. Let me move this around a little bit, guys. And there we go. All right, sorry about that. I wanted to make a little bit of a cleaner intro. I think this is still a pretty clean intro. But Streamlabs had to update right before I went live. So, hope you guys are all having a pretty good day, guys. It's been a pretty busy Thursday. The market was going all over the place based off of some of the news events we've been hearing about the debt ceiling, what's been going on with NVDA, which is causing us, everybody to kind of reckon with this new AI boom and what it really means for the market. And then, of course, there's like a little bit of fear out there, just right now, I would say just a little bit, that there is a chance of another rate hike upcoming. So, I'm going to talk about that all today. We're also going to be looking at Bitcoin here, Bitcoin is still testing out these support levels. We haven't fallen off a cliff yet, but we are just testing and testing and testing, and this is leaving a lot of people reasonably or predictably worried here about things maybe coming down a little bit. Now, we'll be talking about some of these larger moving averages, some of the stuff coming up in the next few weeks, and just how this debt ceiling stuff has been really a little bit of a chaotic moment for the market. And hey, Nicholas, happy to see you back, my man. I don't think many of you guys are probably notified today just because I've been putting out more content, and usually when I put out a lot of content at once, YouTube stops notifying people because it thinks it's bombasting you guys with notifications about shorts or live videos like this one or just regular long form content. So today I wanted to go over here and let's go back over to, let's just go to regular display here. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Make sure I'm seeing everything right. There we go. Okay. All right, everybody. Bitcoin is still testing out this 200 weekly moving average. We've come close for the last few days. If I were to actually take off the 20 and the 50 here, and I just put this onto the weekly right there, if we make this larger, I want to make this full screen for us. If we just go over here to the 15-minute chart. There we go. Oh, I probably should go to auto, I guess, yeah. Oh, it's not going to show it. Unless I zoom out maybe enough. No, it's not going to show. I gotta loophole this thing very fast. Let's go to the daily. There you go. You guys could see we are taking some dips here for the last few days, and we are testing this. We are hoping very much that today is going to be more of a robust day and that the debt ceiling talks are going to lead to some type of announcement or so, because Bitcoin is still making these lower lows here, and it's just not looking good over the past few days. Hopefully, we can kind of zoom out just a little bit longer and think, hey, we're going to continue on to these higher lows here. We haven't had a lower... Actually, did we break down below this yesterday? I forgot. I know we were watching it yesterday, but we were breaking down below the yesterday's high, so no. That support level that we're trying not to break right now is around 25,810, guys. We'll see how it all works out, but at this point, I'm still... no, maybe I'm stupid for this, but I'm still of the belief that, hey, I'd be okay with buying some stuff at this point. Watching it cautiously, but I would feel like this is an opportunity to buy some stuff if you guys haven't already. This is if you guys still think we have a little bit more of a run left over for us. Because again, even though we're looking at this 200 weekly moving average here, things are still looking okay. We haven't had that complete breakdown. We're kind of in this consolidation phase, and perhaps we have an opportunity to bounce off of that 200 weekly moving average and then really push it up a little bit higher, maybe just back up here to 28,000. But honestly, I'm okay with 28,000 at this point because Bitcoin's been having a pretty good year overall. And hey, I'm happy to see you back. Loki's over here running around. My mom and sister just got here, and I'm going to hang out with them in probably about an hour. I told you guys I'm going to Vegas in July, I think. I think that's the time I'm doing, and I'm buying all the tickets and the hotels and the airport shuttles and all that stuff today. And I'm hammering out the timeline of what we're going to do everything. So all the reservations, everything's going to be done today. But Loki says hello. We went on a couple walks today. He's having a fun time. Loki, you can come say hi. I don't know if you guys could see him if he comes over here. There he goes. There you go. Good boy. Don't drink my water. That's my water. There you go. He has ice cold water upstairs with ice in it. Okay. But yeah. So at this point in time on the daily chart here, where is my 200? Is it? Oh, it just must be like way down there. Yeah. Okay. What we're seeing is a few different things here from the moving averages that I want you guys to pay attention to. I was hopeful that a few days ago we had a good opportunity to bounce and break out above the 20-day moving average. Did not happen. We got slammed after getting rejected the previous day. We still are holding on to a slight level of support, but again, we've seen the overall NASDAQ and the stock market look pretty darn good so far, and perhaps that can still hold Bitcoin up, even if it's not going to let Bitcoin have a really large move. I think what we've been seeing before we go back to some of this moving average talk is really, I guess we've been covering this for about a week now, the dollar index has found some relatively strong upward strength, and it's really been hammering a lot of assets out there. We've been paying attention to the AI boom, but a lot of assets are not doing as great as the AI assets, of course. You go over here to the dollar index. This is the daily chart. You can see this thing has been chugging and chugging and chugging, and it's just not been the best for those of you guys that really want to see the market continue to go higher and higher and higher. And hey, Ken, happy to see you back, man. If I go back over here to the watch list and I just go back over here to something like the euro to the US dollar, you can see the euro starting to go back down here. The pound is starting to go back down here, not as much, but it's starting to come back down. Gold coming back down here as well, bouncing off of actually a Fibonacci level that we've been tracking here. But Dow Jones, we had that breakdown. The breakdown did continue today. SPY here gapped up just a little bit, but you know, still not in any danger. It looks like the Dow Jones really is the only really bad performer here. NASDAQ, of course, continually going higher after all the craziness we saw going on this week with NVIDIA. NVIDIA pretty much caused the pump of like 20 other stocks today, and I think NVIDIA is almost up to $1 trillion market cap now, and there's only a handful of $1 trillion market cap stocks. I told you guys before I was going to sell all of my NVIDIA. It is all gone. All I have is like 5% left. I bought a lot of it during the dip we saw last year. I had some I've been accumulating for a while in my retirement account. Short term, like the actual investment account, it's 100% gone. Retirement account, I have 5% left. Whenever the market decides to come back down again, I'll be more than happy to buy back into it, and I won't be too stingy about the price I come back in. But my lord, it's too rich for my blood right now. I think it's going to come back down eventually. It may continue to grind up, and that's perfectly fine, but at this point, it's been such a great return. I'm okay just saying, hey, I made some good money. I'm going to walk away with it for now, and later on, I will have another great opportunity to own some NVIDIA. And hey, Gabriel, happy to see you back as well. And hey, Sincere, how's the tooth? Tooth is doing okay. It's a little bit sore right now, but maybe about a half an hour ago, I just put my Philips Sonicare toothbrush in and just cleaned it out, put some mouthwash in it, and then I put some like numbing gel in there. So it's doing okay for now. Not causing me too much heartache, I would say. And hey, Larry, do you buy E&B Enbridge 3388 dividend price 35.80 now? U.S. pipelines. I don't own it, but if you're gonna buy pipelines right now, it would probably be a 2 to 3 week hold. You could do calls or just own the shares, but you'd be playing it because it looks like there's going to be a possibility for oil companies to get some really good benefits out of what the House Republicans are negotiating with the White House. Because I think there's going to be some type of great compromise here tomorrow or next week or so, where we see everybody, like the funding is still strong for green energy, but the funding is also very strong for oil. So drill, baby, drill. Wind farm, baby. Something to that degree. But I do think those exposed to the oil market should have a nice relative boom. On the other hand here, just be careful in the short term. You might see a little bit more volatility than you may be comfortable with. Just because if I go back over here to the watch list, U.S. gas is definitely getting a little bit choppy here. I guess that's the weekly chart. We can take the daily chart. We're kind of in this choppy weather. You do see we're looking at a little bit of a short-term breakdown here. Nothing too crazy. But you are seeing that at this point, so you may have an opportunity to buy some up, I would say. I guess tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? You don't know if a deal is going to be done on the weekend. Probably would want to start buying up at least a little entry position tomorrow if you wanted to make that play. But specifically, yeah, oil companies. Let me go over here to my things. So you guys know I'm heavy into oil. They're great dividend plays. I've been talking about this for a while. You know, my Pioneer, this one's been coming down gradually. It's not as low as it was back, I guess, over here in March, but it's come back down a little bit. But the dividends are so great, who cares? Especially since I kind of bought it way down there. You got OXY still holding it fairly well. This isn't organized as much as I wanted it to. Schlumberger had some breakdowns here, but still overall doing very well. Zom still doing very well here. You're seeing the momentum slow still. However, things are, you're still happy with the returns you're getting. And of course, we're looking at NVIDIA for today and just how much of a monster move this thing had. Just my, oh my, you guys could see that actually we had, this isn't debt ceiling stuff. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. But you can see right now the futures are down just a little bit, but that's just because we were up so much today. Everything just kind of went crazy here. And you could even see articles like this, how the AI explosion could save the market and maybe the economy. It's not going to save the market and it's not going to save the economy. It's just basically making a massive bubble. However, there is a lot of value here that will be that can be used down the road if you guys buy during the upcoming recession, especially since Germany just entered into a recession. And Germany is a powerhouse of an economy over in Europe, and they've had those 2 negative quarters of a GDP contraction, and that they're officially in a recession. Hopefully they're able to get out of it pretty fast, and maybe we don't have to go into a recession, but all the signs are still there. However, you may see opportunities where some of the plays like NVIDIA or AMD, they come down just a little bit because while the private sector may be booming, some of the public sector stuff, how it's like everyday people like me and you, when we stop buying graphics cards, that may hit them enough to get a really good valuation here. And that's really when I want to start buying back into NVIDIA and the AMDs and stuff like that. Okay, now going back over here to this article very fast, and I'll answer some of you guys' questions here in a second. Debt ceiling talks enter crunch time as negotiators get close to a deal. They are going off to Memorial Day weekends, I believe, so they're about to go have a bunch of fun and in the sun, so to speak, for our noble congressmen and women. But basically, negotiators moved closer to a debt ceiling deal with just a week to go before the U.S. government faces a potential default. A warning from the Fitch credit rating agency about the U.S. debt added fresh urgency to the talks between the White House and congressional Republicans. And we're at a sensitive phase with sensitive issues that remain, said GOP Representative Patrick McHenry. He's one of my favorite House members right now. He just is he's a guy that's always in the background and making deals and stuff like that. So I like those types of guys that aren't necessarily the heads of, like, not the Joe Biden, not the Trump, not the Kamala, not the Schumers or Mitch McConnells or the whoever's in the House. Those backup people, they're always kind of maneuvering around and they have some good stories behind them. But right now, this guy's probably one of the top negotiators, I would assume. But basically, the article goes on to say, we're still having issues over some of those sensitive topics that I made the video on yesterday. No, I think actually the video is coming out tomorrow. However, at this point, guys, the problem or the snag here is, I think that we only have like $50-60 billion left in the bank, which is just a little teeny bit. If I were to pull up a calendar here, perhaps, I think I can make this point a little bit easier. Is there a calendar on here? There we go. Okay. Is there an FTX hearing today? Maybe there was an FTX hearing today. Maybe it got moved. I don't know. Okay. So this is May. Okay. So June right here is first day of LGBTQ Pride Month. I thought that was this month. Or maybe that's Asian Heritage Month. We got a lot of months here. Oh, no. Asian Pacific Heritage Month. Cinco de Mayo. Oh, what a good day. And Mother's Day. And Memorial Day. All good days. Okay. We are currently right here. Okay? Right here, the 25th. If they get a bill done the 26th or the 27th, there's a mandatory 72 hours that has to be waited before the bill can be brought to the floor and be voted upon. Back months ago when Kevin McCarthy was elected speaker, this is one of the concessions that he had to put in place. And I think it's actually a good concession. A lot of times we have bills that are kind of rushed through at the last second and nobody has an idea of what's in the bill. So if the deal is struck tonight, we have until Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for people to read it. However, if the bill is finished Monday, that means we have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to look it over it, then vote, and then it has to go through the Senate all on June 1st. No, with no hiccups, no changes, and then it has to go to the president's desk that same day. So we're really at the crunch time right now, and I think that's why you're starting to see the market just panic a little bit. We've been here plenty of times before. We've never defaulted on the debt, and I think there's a lot of legacy plays happening right now because I don't think Joe Biden wants to go down as the only president ever to default on America's debts. That is not a look you want to see. And he may try to blame Republicans, and Republicans may try to blame Biden. You know, when history records what happened, they usually will look at the president and not necessarily the Paul Ryans, the McCarthys, the Nancy Pelosi's. They're normally not going to look at those people. They're going to look at who is in charge of the country. And I don't think he wants that. So I think there are going to be some tensions rising. Let's just say that, okay? But guys, 72 hours. Don't forget that. Whenever they announce a deal, 72 hours, then they vote, and then they have to approve it in the Senate, and then it has to go to the president's desk. But if it gets held up in the Senate because they can't get the votes, oh no, then we're in a larger pickle here, and then we're probably going to default. I'm just hoping that whatever this June 1st date is that they keep on talking about, they kind of say it's kind of fluid a little bit here, even though Janet Yellen's saying June 1st, June 1st, June 1st. Perhaps on June 1st, we still have a little bit more money, so maybe we push it off to June 2nd or June 3rd. But right now, all the stress, all the angst is to get it done by June 1st here, which if it's not done, it will hurt all markets. So this, crypto markets, stock markets, you name it, it's going to be hurt pretty bad if we don't figure this out. But in the short term, that you're going to see some just some pain coming out of it. Hopefully the earnings that we've had this week can kind of normalize some of that, make it not as bad. We've had some good earnings, some bad earnings, and some mixed earnings, I would say. Excuse me. Oh, and hey, Michael. Hope you're doing well, my man. How have I been? I've been doing pretty well. I'm taking my mom to Vegas in July, so I'm booking that trip tonight. Gonna pay for everything. We're getting a nice little shuttle and everything. Mostly just day-to-day work. I've been doing a lot of copy trading here. A lot of copy trading. A lot of chilling out, reading the markets, doing some trading. I bought some Bitcoin last night. I sold it this morning because nothing was happening. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I kind of bought over here. After I was done streaming last night, so maybe back over here towards 70, around here, this little dip. I sold early this morning around here, and then we had a little bit of a drop, and it's higher now. Maybe I should have still held it, but Bitcoin looks like it wants to pop here, and I'm here for it. So I might have to buy some more here tonight, and then wake up tomorrow and hope that Bitcoin popped even more. Yeah, but basically just trading, going out with Loki. Nothing too crazy here. Pretty much planning for vacations and stuff I have to do over the next few months. My family is getting ready to do a whole bunch of stuff here, so errands. But, talking with some friends in the YouTube community, I guess. What's right here? Sold most of my Bud puts today, made some decent profit. Budweiser is a dumpster fire right now. I still can't believe they did that to their fan base or their customer base. I have never seen a company like spit on their base so much. I heard Target's also in the whirlwind of all this controversy now, but I don't think Target customers are going to care as much, I would say. But Budweiser, that was the stupidest move I've seen. Target, they've been wishy-washy, and when you're wishy-washy on you're pulling some stuff off, you're not doing it, you're not sticking to your guns, you usually offend both sides, and that's not going to be good for Target as well. So you may see their market cap come back down a little bit more. I don't know what how's Target doing? 4-hour chart. Oh yeah, controversy galore. I might even buy some calls on Target. This thing should pop back up pretty soon. Yeah, look at that. We're hitting that bottom right there. Oh, look at that triple bottom right there. Yeah, it might have been a good day to buy some calls today, but we'll see. Hopefully there's some stability. See, the only thing about buying anything down here as far as support, what happens if we don't figure out this debt crisis? Maybe things continue to go down. So everything that's going on right now is just leading to more confusion, and even if we have a good play here, you can see that people are just panicked a little bit. And if we don't do well here at like this 136, 140 level, then we might have to come all the way back down here to 130. I guess from 137, excuse me. We might have to come back down a little bit more. And yeah, so Target's looking kind of iffy. Oh, and just look at this. Target used to be all the way up here at 268. Now we're at 140. People are not buying as much as they were, and I think that's just because people got tired of overspending at Target. Whenever I think of Target, I think of husbands getting mad on TikTok because their wives are paying way too much money and wasting money there when they shouldn't. And maybe those credit card bills finally caught up to them where they're saying, uh-oh, where this is a little bit too expensive, too expensive now. But we'll have to see how Target responds, I guess, over the next few days. But yeah, a lot of drama over there. But I think it was a good idea to probably take some of those profits off of that Bud Light puts. And ATSG, I'm not entirely sure which one this is. Air Transport Services Group. Whoa, look at that gap down off of a horrible earnings report, it looks like. It looks like it's getting closer to covering this gap. You might want to trade it maybe for the next 2 to 3 days, I would say. Just as it breaks above the 20-day moving average and it tries to close the gap between 1860, and about 1916. That'd be my price target for now. I would only be in this for maybe 1 to 2 days. It'd be even hard for me to justify holding it over the weekend, though, just because of everything going on with the debt ceiling. Even the technicals are going to be a little bit off here, but we're seeing a nice little consolidation phase. So as we open up the market tomorrow, you may see a pretty big pop here. I don't think anything's really bad about this 5-minute chart. Anything else? No, it's going fine. Not as much liquidity as you might want to see here, so not as much volume, I would say. But I don't think you're going to be putting so much money in this thing that you're looking to, like, you're going to have trouble with exit liquidity. It already had a breakout too, so you're looking at a little bit of a nicer trend. So if I kind of point this down here, a little bit of a breakout, nothing too crazy. It looks like is this 1 o'clock? Yeah, this towards the day. But you are seeing some nice moves on the other side. If you wanted to kind of short this sucker down, it looks like there is a little bit of a breakdown opportunity. But right now you're still in a nice trend. I would try to go long into it in the morning hours and then try to play it up for maybe, just 4 hours at the most. If you wanted to hold a little bit longer, you're probably going to be holding for maybe until next Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. Hopefully there's some news that kind of gives it a pop with the general market. There we go. And do I have this one? There you go. Maybe I should go long here. I don't know. I feel like I should go long here. I won't do a copy trade because it's not usually in my buy zone, but maybe if I just go over here and I just go to, am I zoomed in here or something? There's 3,500 in this account. Let's go with, oh no, that's Bitcoin. Oops. I go off of USTD. Okay. Oh, margin cost 500 long, Bitcoin daily. Yeah, let's go $500 long, 50x leverage. Buy. Open order. It's not working. Okay. 500. 26,505. Whatever that is, I guess. Buy. There we go. We're open. Let's have a stop loss at 25,798, I guess. 25,798. That'd be about a $684 loss because it's 50x leverage. Guess that's might as well play it that way. Alright, and we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping we could have a nice little pop and I could play with it a little bit more. I'm looking at the 15 moving averages here, and I see we're about to have a little bit of crossover. We might actually dip back down and have a small fake out before making a larger move, but we'll see how this works out. It's up $3. Need to make that Vegas money, right? But yeah, we'll watch and see how it works out. It's up about $6 now. It'll probably come back down though, for sure. But yeah, I'm hoping we can still look at some of this support level here and hold. There's still that 200 weekly moving average, and I'm hoping we can just have a robust day for Bitcoin. But I could wake up tomorrow and I could be down $600. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So we'll watch it here pretty soon. I hope I can make some good money, because all the money I'm making right now is all being put towards this Vegas trip I'm putting together for my mother. Ooh, see me. Do I see Bitcoin hitting $20,000 to $22,000 range anytime soon? No, not really. We need a pretty strong reason to be going down that hard. You see momentum sliding, and you see us looking for a reason to come back down. In fact, the whole market is looking for a reason, I would say, except for NASDAQ, just because of what's going on there and that kind of crazy AI bubble that's forming. I would say, in order for that to happen, we have to default on our debt at the minimum. If you want to get there without defaulting on our debt, we're looking more at another rate hike plus, like, recessionary type talks really intensifying. We're not there yet. Bitcoin, if you want to kind of look at it a little bit more of a macro level view and zoom out just here a little bit, if we start breaking down from here, that next support level is the one that we were having a lot of trouble breaking out of back in the day. That's kind of around 24,000. I think that's where we would have our next big pivot here. But if we do break down from here, this is going to be a very aggressive downward move. Again, something of the terms of we're down almost like 2,000, 1,500 points in a single week. That's the type of move we're looking for, because we have this 200 weekly moving average that's giving us support at the moment, and then we're also trying to hold above this 20 week moving average too. And right there, we're looking at a very beautiful golden cross that's about to pop open, I would say sometime in early June. That could give us a little bit of a boost there as well, if we can just freaking hold. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold, but at this point, things are looking okay. You go back over to the daily chart though, you're seeing how we already had the death cross over here. It's definitely been coming down. And now we're probably going to have some type of death cross over here sometime in mid-June. So you might see a little bit more choppiness. But if you want to get excited for anything, you really just want to be looking for some of those nicer breakouts. And right now, we're just at a support level. Nothing too exciting is happening, unfortunately, even though all the excitement that we've been seeing is all the way over here in the NASDAQ, which has just been tearing the shorts a new one here and going higher and higher and higher. Really just because of the AI boom and how everybody's getting so excited for that, which is fair. I mean, AI is very, very exciting. Dow Jones a little bit more realistic because it doesn't have a bunch of tech companies in it. This is actually breaking down all of a sudden. SPY here going more sideways after having a little bit of a boom last week. A little bit more respectful of what's going on in the actual economy. But AI is just causing a tear here, and we'll have to watch it step by step. Let's go back over here to the 15. There we go. Do I have my dividend players in a Roth IRA? Yes. So for retirement ones, yes. Other ones, they're just in an investment account. I pay a lot more taxes on them, of course, but I like to be able to live off of some of those dividends from time to time. I guess when they come around, right? I guess over the last few quarters, though, it's just kind of more reinvest. But with NVDA, since I'm kind of all out of it now, besides like a little bit of I'm all out of it in my investment account, I'll buy back into it, but it's going to have to dip down at least 20% at this point. Shiba Inu holders urged to immediately withdraw tokens from Hotbit. Oh, I didn't know that, Island Time. Thanks for letting me know. I don't know much about Hotbit here, but guys, be careful if they might have been hacked or something like that. That can definitely be a bad sign for the exchange. Not like they'll fail or anything like that, but if they have the ability to steal your crypto, you definitely want to move it out of there just to be safe, right? And there's plenty of other exchanges you can move it to. There's the Binances, the KuCoins, the Fairdesk, the BitGets, Femex, and other stuff like that. And hey, I can't pronounce your name, but I'll say your middle name, Lucas. Appreciate you. Hey, man, I'm from Brazil, and I really like your work. Do you have any courses teaching about the Bitcoin market? I have tutorials about trading and stuff like that all throughout my channel. I'm working on a video right now about working on a course right now, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take months before it's done. I don't have as much time as I thought to really work on a day-to-day basis. But it'll be out there eventually. But it's a course that goes over Bitcoin options and this is the regular stock market here. So it's going to be about like 50 to 70 hours long, kind of edging up towards 70 hours as I'm looking at it right now. It's going to be PowerPoint with me talking. So watching it closely here. But yeah, I'll have one eventually. But right now I have lots of videos on my channel. There's lots of other videos that people have on YouTube. Just make sure that you stick to paper trading first, or you can do copy trading, or you can practice with real money. But usually when you practice with real money, you're most likely going to lose it if you're a new trader. That's just kind of part of the way people learn to like sober up, so to speak, on how many trades they do. And then be able to get a record and understand why you're buying, why you're selling. And if you are losing money consistently, which happens to most new investors, you understand why you're losing money consistently. And you have to work on bettering yourself day by day, trade by trade, but don't force it. You know, you're going to want to make a lot of money fast. And just, I haven't met somebody that's really good at trading out of the gate. We all lose like $5,000, $10,000 before we make a lot of money. It's better to lose paper money before you start losing the real money, of course. Ben Bernanke remembers Schmuck, when the cartel owns the money supply, it's hard to see organic markets. That is true. There is a lot of extra money in the economy this cycle just because of how much money was just injected. I think a lot of us forgot that while a lot of stimulus money went into the economy, a lot of people bought a lot of money was just basically printed for COVID. We did in fact see a lot of rich executives sell off large amounts of their shares in the company, and they're buying it back now, or they bought it back last year when things were dumping down, or the hedge funds did, and now they're kind of all pumping it back up. I'm not longing for multiple weeks or multiple months still. I'm just trading. You can trade for a few days, get out, trade for a few weeks, get out. But even a few weeks is just a little bit too much for me. I just want to trade for a few days, get out of the position and take my profit and go home. I feel no reason to go long into this market and say, wow, this is the beginning of some monster historic bull market. I just can't go there right now. I have exposure to the market, but it's really not a lot, drastically not a lot, because I'm so afraid of a recession hitting right now. And I just don't think that, the market's priced that in properly yet. And so that's the gamble I'm making, of course. And I can't happy to see back. Loki says hello. Hey Mike, I put some USCD on Fairdesk last night. Have you have you selected for copy trades now? Oh, thanks, Discan. I appreciate it. So I wasn't sure if you were asking a question or not, but then I saw there was no question mark, and I was kind of stupid for a second. I appreciate it, my man. I'll try to do some copy trades in the morning here. Maybe I'll go some longs here pretty soon. I'm kind of watching the market bit by bit. I had 2 trades I just did that lost yesterday because I was streaming, and they literally triggered right here. But I didn't want to have them on because I just, like, we were in the middle of a sharp decline, but we were in the middle of a stream, and I kind of freaked out. Like, you know how I don't like to trade live sometimes. And I was like, uh-oh, anxiety, and I should have kept them, and I would have made a nice little small profit here. It wouldn't have been a lot. I mean, it would have, the resistance up here would have been something like right there, so it would have been sold around there. If we bought over here, that's 1.5%. With a 10x leverage, that would have only been about 15%, but my God, 15% is darn pretty good. So yeah, that's what we would have looked at last night, but I panicked a little bit, so I gotta make some more trades here pretty soon. But this has not been the best trading. You know, this has not been the best trading range here. I took a couple trades over here, I believe, that ended up working out. I think I took no, I haven't taken any shorts in a while here, I don't think, for Bitcoin, because I'm still pretty optimistic overall, which is why I keep on longing and then, you know, taking those smaller profits there. But I appreciate it, Discount Killer. And hey, Michael, what do you call it? I'm hoping we have a bull run, even if it's a fake one that we kind of go into a recession with. For now, though, I'm happy to trade the market. It's been pretty fun so far, except for Bitcoin. I mean, like, NASDAQ has been ripping. Bitcoin the last few weeks has just been in this nice consolidation pattern. Eventually, we should have a pretty big pop here, but taking it easy. There's no reason to go huge at this point for me. Day trading has been fun. If you go, I guess you can go long here for a while, but maybe not with crazy amounts of leverage like I just did with 50x. But the reason I went 50x is, I don't know why I did 50x. I probably should have done 20 or something like that. But remember how I just told you guys I was up like $5, now I'm down 100 off of it. I'm not too concerned with it because I just literally made quite a bit of money yesterday before I took some of it out, I guess. Normally I try to bring it back down to 2,000, but it kind of went up a little bit more than I thought. The trade did a little bit better than I thought. But I want to see if I can get some extra money out of it because I'm banking on us having a little bit more of a curl here. Let's see, especially because, yeah, everything is kind of at this weird support level here. We did break down below this support, and I'm hoping basically that we're not coming back up to get rejected and come back down. But we'll have to see in the tomorrow morning if we actually come back down or not. Because if that stop loss hits, maybe I'll do a little bit of a short action here. That stop loss isn't too far. That stop loss is, what was it? That's a $684 loss if it would have hit the stop loss. Let's hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, actually that would suck. I'm not gonna. That would suck. I've taken losses like that before, so it's not gonna like kill me, but you never want to lose money when you're trading. It's like a personal arrogance. Like no, I'm not gonna lose money. And hey, Magic Man, why is this happening to companies like Budweiser? Budweiser pretty much insulted their base of customers. I honestly don't think the ad campaign with the trans activists, I don't necessarily think that was such a terrible thing. I think what made it so much more terrible was that they did that, and then you saw their marketing lady go out and pretty much just bash their consumer base. That's what I think ended up pushing everybody over the edge, that was just like, who cares, or I don't like it, but I'm not gonna go tweet about it constantly. I think when that lady came out and said, traditionally Budweiser's been about college kids and frat kids, and that's not who we want, right? We want to be more inclusive and blah blah. Like, you can't just go bash all the drunk college kids out there. That's not how you do it. And now every now and again on TikTok, I think like maybe once a day, I see some TikTok that's gone viral making fun of Budweiser. And man, they really just messed it up by not understanding their customers. And I guess they I don't think upper management even knew what was going on here, but like, it just seems like a catastrophe that could have been avoided if that lady had just understood what was going on. I don't think she understood that a brand's image is very delicate. You can destroy it very easily, but it takes years to build that sucker up. But yeah, I mean, they just got piled. Nobody's buying Bud Light. I haven't gone into a bar in quite a minute here, but usually, you know, what I've been hearing, at least from some of my friends, is you go to the bar, it's a taboo to even try to buy a Bud Light or a Budweiser beer. You got to go with Coors. You got to go with something that's not one of their products, like the Bud product line. Whatever that may be, I guess. I guess when I go drinking, I normally get the craft beer, so I'm a weirdo in that regard. I like the craft dark beers, the ambers and stuff like that. But you know, they just kind of their consumer base feels like they got spit on, so to speak, and they are definitely not taking it lightly, and they are winning against Budweiser. Budweiser has had to fix everything now, and I just don't think they were prepared for the backlash after that lady's tape came out. But I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I just thought it was more of the condescending way the marketing VP or whatever her position was. I think it was more of the condescending way she talked about their customers, and not so much about just giving free beer to a trans activist. Because I don't think many people necessarily care. I'm like, hey, free beer. I mean, I like free beer. But when that lady made all those comments, I think that lit the fire that kind of blew everything out of proportion. At least that's how I feel about it. At least, I don't know. I think that's kind of what happened. I'm no expert, so don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened. And at Kryptonite, I don't know what XRP is pumping, probably because it's at some type of support level here. I know we were talking about it having a bounce here, but just kind of waiting for a little bit of a dip. Oh yeah, see, it bounced. Remember we were talking about coming into contact with that 20-day moving average, having that bounce back up. I think people are just getting ready for a larger move here. We did a breakdown below all these moving averages here. Didn't do anything terrible though. Now, for the last few minutes, I don't know why it pumped up. There may be some good news here, so let me go over here to Twitter, or let me just go to XRP Twitter. Oh, I'm not typing Twitter right. That's okay. 1 day ago, 4 hours ago. I'm not seeing anything of importance here. Let's go to the latest. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Ouch. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just click on one of these replies. Who is this guy? Test pilot ready. I have no idea why that's actually going up at this point, but it is having a nice pop. I wish I would have went long into this instead of Bitcoin. I'd be up a little bit more money. I would have sold it probably for a nice little scalp play. But yeah, it looks like it's moving up a little bit. We can put it right here, coming back down a little bit here, but I don't know exactly why it pumped up. Maybe it could be a fake out pump. We see them every now and again with some altcoins like Dogecoin and Sheep. And then Michael, can I look at Cake? Yeah, let me take a peek at it here. That one hasn't been slammed pretty hard, but it looks like, you know, when you get these type of tokens, they're usually good. Yeah, see, they're slammed pretty hard. Usually people like to buy them up for long-term opportunities here. I've been long and I keep having to add to it to keep it open. Let's see. Let's go weekly chart first. Is there another chart that doesn't... Femix? No. How new is Cake? That's long 3x. Capital.com. Really, does nobody just have it? Maybe it's really that new of a token, I guess. Yeah, this is, I guess, more of what I'm looking for here. Okay, so it did end up breaking down below that support level here. We've seen a few altcoins do this, but not many. And this is over the last few weeks. It's continued to go down and down and down. Man, is there really any support here though? I mean, you're getting closer, I would say, to this zone, but that's really about 136. It can fall down quite a bit more here. That'd be another. Well, let me just zoom in here so I can make this a little bit more precise. That's another about 10.5, 11% that you might have to watch it come back down before it even hits that level of support. If I'm looking over here, what's the best way to do this? Let's go short term. Is this working at all? Nope, haven't gotten close to that one at all. This one's all the way down here towards 113. Some resistance, some support. Yeah. There's really not much holding this thing up at this point besides the support level that we're looking at way back over here around 130s or so. But the bottom of that support is really all the way down here towards 41 cents, which is a pretty large drop off. Now, I don't know what's going on here from a fundamental standpoint of why people just are continually selling this thing off. It has not looked good for a while, but you're probably going to see this thing come back down to maybe the 130s or so, 137 at least, if not maybe back down here to the 60 cents, like well below $1 here. So I would figure out that one stop loss price that you really don't want to let it go, but beyond that, because this thing is definitely, like, for a leverage play, it's definitely just been going down and down and down over the last, what, month or so. It looks like it's come down, what is this, April 18th? It's come down about 57%. This thing has been brutal here, so I'd find a stop loss where you can just cut it loose if it does continue to come back down, regardless of whatever that number may be. Is there any actual good news on this one, though? Maybe if I can do a reverse Fibonacci level or Ganfan. Let's do this. Do I have the angle one here? I don't have the angle on. Or 45. Rejected, broke out. We broke back down below there. Yeah, there's just not really much holding this up right now. I guess the one thing we could try is perhaps Okay, we can try a couple things here if we go for a little bit longer. This thing has just rallied up so high that all the normal technicals, yeah, that ran up like 25,000%. It was a great, it was a great run. Let's go back over here to Pitchfork, I guess. Let's try this one out. Larger Pitchfork. So we had a little bit of support there. We did break down below that one. On the daily chart, did we have any support there at least? No, not really much. Support there. Let's move this around and see if these will help us at all. So we're inside one. Let's go to original. We grinded up that one, broke down here, broke down there. Is there anything really holding us up? Shift, we just broke down below that one after, geez. Modded shift, that one broke down there too, yeah. Grounded up here. Okay, so that one maybe not as much. Let me go back over here very fast to the weekly chart and see if I can, instead of going back down that low, maybe we go from high to low here. So we held, we broke down here. This hasn't been the most reliable in any way. Not much of a historical pattern there. Let's go back over here. So maybe in the short term here, we have something around 141. That's a few cents above that 137 level we were talking about. Maybe I can find a part here that maybe just the original. No, that one's not going to work. Shift. This one's around 127. Inside, that one's going to be way looking weird. Let's get off of this. Go back to daily. Yeah, this one's going to look very aggressive. Maybe for a shorter time frame here, but long time frame, this thing does not really have many good prospects at all. Let's just take the magnet off. We don't have to be too precise here. Yeah, we already broke down, bounced back up. Let me see if I can add some actual levels on here in a shorter time frame. Maybe 4. No, 30. Around 145 or so, kind of around that 140 level we were just talking about, the 137 level. It's definitely looking a little bit iffy here. There's not really much holding it up at this point. There are some small levels that you can kind of see a bounce, but when you see those levels on a chart, they kind of look like that, where it's nothing too crazy nice. It's just kind of, ooh, look at, we stopped falling down for so long. People hopped in to see if they can get a good price on it, and it keeps going down, stop loss is hit, and it continues to go on and on and on. So yeah, this one's a little bit iffy, Michael. I would say don't, or be careful how much money you want to toss in here. I'm not going to tell you how to trade, but yeah, this thing has definitely been coming down, and it's been happening for like since April. Let me see if I go over here to coin market cap, and I go over here to cake. What's the market cap now? Let me hop back over here to Bitcoin very fast. Market cap is down to 1.1 billion, so it's still relatively good. As, oh no, sorry, the market cap here is 309 million. Never mind. What's going on with it though? How do you feel? Do I feel good about it? I guess people feel good about it. Pancake swap news. Does Pancake Swap have a future? I don't see any news on the topic that would keep it going down, though. This is from a month ago. Falls to 2-year low, crypto times. Cake balls are nowhere to be seen. I'll just look at this one and see what the actual story is. Decentralized exchange Pancake Swap native token Cake has slipped from its 2-year low. Despite the stability of the crypto market, Cake investors have been witnessing a steady decline over the past several weeks. Aggressive sellers have been dominating Pancake Swap's Cake token price since the beginning of February. As a result, investors have lost over 48% in the last 3 months, and the price chart indicates panic and more selling ahead. This was a few weeks ago, yeah, so yeah. There's a possibility of further decline towards the 150 support level, and if that support level is broken, the price could drop down to touch 61 cents. The level trend-based Fibonacci extension 1.3. Oh, that's touched the 0.618 Fibonacci level. Excuse me. On the other hand, if bulls manage to turn the trend, yeah, that's not happening right now. There's no news here. I guess the Motley Fool may have this one. I think they usually charge. Oh, free article. Ah. Reports that a so-called mass unlock of calls on the Cake Smart contract drove a reduction of 4% in the protocol's total value locked over the past day. This comes as PancakeSwap officially concluded the integration of its V3 liquidity pools with Ethereum and BNB chain. It appears that the commentary from Cake's DeFi CEO Julian Hosp are at least partially responsible for this move. He was quoted as saying, "Today we see yields adjusting at a healthy, realistic, albeit much lower levels. We believe that this is actually a good sign, as it indicates as the industry is moving towards what we call true DeFi." Let's see if we can go over here to this guy. Julian Hosp. Uh-oh, my trade's probably not looking so good. What is my stop loss at? Oh, I guess it's way down here, but still. And I told you guys it was going to dip back down before trying to make another move up. At least that's my thought process. I should have just waited. I always forget that high leverage actually means something, where if I'm looking at the chart and I'm buying right here and it comes back down, I'm like, oh, it's only down about 0.5%. But in reality, that's like 25% of $600 or something like that. Okay, so here we go. Wow, what a picture. Outnumbered. And none of my meaningful crypto trades have ever managed to time the bottom or the top. And most of my meaningful crypto trades I've managed to sell way higher than I bought. I don't see much going on right now. What's this company's called? Let's call it PancakeSwap. No, just not much news here. Yeah, people just don't believe in it right now. They're looking pretty yeah, pretty dismayed by it, I guess. Which is more important, hoarding forever shares, trading, or a mix? Kind of depends on what those forever shares include. Like I'd like at one point to be able to live off of dividends. So if you're able to live off of dividends, I think that could be a really cool thing just to hold these forever stocks. But if you ever need to sell them, I guess you have the opportunity to. But I usually would say a mix is probably the best thing to do. I would have exposure to do so, like the hoarding the forever shares. Like I like to own Apple, stuff like NVDA, and if they get to a crazy level, sure, I'll sell some off. But most people don't do that. NVIDIA to me is just gone so crazy, and I bought it again when it was crashing. Remember, there was a lot of stuff I bought and I took my first or second big nibbles of them last year, but I was expecting them to go down a lot more, so I didn't take it, like, you know, I didn't go all into the market. When we go back and we look in time, and I think I was trading like I got Amazon at like 95 bucks or something like that. Let me see if I can find it here. 95. Yeah, so I bought it way back over here. 95 when it first picked down. It went all the way down here to 80. I bought some more at 85. And now it's at 115. But if you look at it, let's go 95. You know, I'm up like 20%. I don't think that's anything crazy. 85 over here. That's up around 34. They're good, but it wasn't necessarily like the craziest thing. Meta, I bought as it kind of fell down here on the gap down day. I bought the gap down day, and so it went down another 12%. Now this is up around 152%. That's pretty good. I'm thinking about selling some of this now because I've been like shredding off a little bit. Same with Broadcom here. You know, just kind of bought some, but there are things out there like NVIDIA that have just gone up so much that I'm just like, I don't need to hold it. And if you go over here, maybe to and go over to NVDA. The dividend for NVIDIA is 0.04%. I would like it if they had something a little bit juicier for me. Even Apple has like a 2% dividend, right? So like, go over here to Apple. You're at a, oh no, it's at 0.55. When did it go down? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong company here. Is it Microsoft? There's a larger tech company. I'm just not making sure. Is it? Yeah, $2.72 right here, but this is only 0.83%. Whatever one I'm thinking of. Usually you can find some better dividend plays out there besides NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is the chip sector, so that's usually what you're buying when you hop into your... I gotta figure out which one I'm thinking of, though. Okay, let's go back over here to the 15. Alright, there we go. Okay. Look at the monthly chart for XRP. It might drop to 15 USD someday. You said a weekly chart? Oh, you said monthly chart. I need to get a star. And you said it can come back down to 15 cents someday? I mean, yeah, it could. I mean, I would expect if we go into a bull market, or excuse me, a bear market here, and oh, we're already in a bear market, aren't we? At least this is. I mean, if we have a really bad time with the recession and things like that, yeah, there's a good chance it would come to at least 20 cents, if not come back down even more than that. Hopefully the court case is going to be a little bit better, but for that to happen, we'd have to start breaking down below supports around 29, 28 cents. We're nowhere close to that yet. That's like over a 50% loss. Not almost 50%. But right now we're at a cool 46%. We're looking at death cross. That's probably going to come along. The weekly charts would suggest we're kind of a little bit more bullish. We could have a pop up back up here to retest 57 cents. It's really when we start breaking down below some of these moving averages that I might have a little bit more of an issue here. But right now, oh, see, we broke that downtrend, I believe, a while ago. Oh no, we haven't yet. Wow, this has definitely been a time. I know we broke this one, but this one really hasn't really been a. This one was okay, wasn't it? I guess we kind of broke it there, or we broke it there, depending on how you want to look at it. It's been doing fine since that breakout. But I think XRP is in a good place right now, despite Bitcoin being kind of in a weak place right now. Hopefully XRP can have a big boost here, but I think maybe that's some of the reasons that we saw XRP kind of popping here. People may be looking to do some baby positions in here, expecting a larger pop. That pop at the most would take it up to 91 cents, but I think that's a really generous number for it. It might just come back up here towards 57, 60 cents, and I think most people would try to take that as an opportunity. Coming back over here to the support level here and the support level here, I think 60 cents, 59 cents, 62 cents, whatever. That's reasonable for an expectation here if you're expecting a larger pop. 5 here for Bitcoin. There we go. Okay. Let's see, CZ token. And hey, Nico, happy to see your CZ token. I don't know which one this is. There's a lot of wrapped ones. I don't see a CZ token. It might be a little bit newer here. What I did want to check out here very fast, if I go back over here, can I go back to Twitter? Maybe I didn't have Twitter here. I just saw a post about Ben token. I think some of you guys have been asking about Ben token. Here we go. Who's Ethereum Ben? Congrats to Ethereum Ben, who decided it was a good idea to quote a tweet, a phishing scam posted by a compromised Steve Aoki account for clout, causing his followers to lose around $170,000. Holy moly. It's technically not my fault. Geez, yeah. There's been a lot of craziness going on over here. I don't know what's going on with some of these phishing scams lately. This is why I don't really do many small tokens besides the ones that are kind of like, hey, I put 50 bucks in there, I put something in there, you know. Let's see. Okay, we can go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. See, anyways, and we already talked about NVIDIA at the beginning of the stream. Basically, NVIDIA's had been a great pop. I am basically all out of my NVIDIA. I have a small position left, but it is a minuscule position. It's had a great run. It probably has even more left in its tank. But I bought so long ago during some of the crashes we saw last year that I can't justify continuing to hold it when it's giving me such a great profit. I'm just gonna reallocate some of those funds to treasuries and stuff like that. The more the data comes in good for the economy, the more I have to kind of push back my forecast of thinking there's going to be a recession in Q3. Now it looks like it could be almost in Q4 or maybe even Q1 of next year. We have seen, I think, Germany go into recession. I think we can probably look at this very fast. Germany. There we go. Let's just look at this top one. Germany falls into recession as consumers in Europe's biggest economy spend less. That's what it's going to have to take here, but we keep on spending. Germans are not spending, apparently. I don't know why. I don't know how their economy works at all. But, it dropped, and therefore they are, they're in a recession. And I think, which countries are in a recession right now? Can we go over here and maybe look at something maybe for the last month or so? Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I honestly don't know who else is in a recession right now, but I feel like there's more. Here's routers. Oh, let's get rid of this. Continue that supporting. I don't want to play that video. But German economy enters recession as inflation hurts. Yeah. It only fell by 0.03%. When you go over here and you look at the U.S. There we go. Let's go to markets. Oh no, and GDP growth, is this it? We're not looking so good. Russia's not looking so good. Oh, Mexico's going fine. India's going fine. Asia's looking perfectly fine. I guess Asia's still recuperating some parts of Africa, but this isn't what I'm looking for. No. I just want a US. No, that's not it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, you can see we're down to 1.3, but we haven't even had that first downward one. We already had a smaller recession last year, and that was down 1.6, then down down 0.6. But I don't know. Everybody got gaslit by the media saying that it wasn't a recession, even though it's right there. The 2 negative quarters of GDP. That's a recession. So we may have multiple recessions if you think about a recession in 2022 and a recession in 2023 if it happens this year, or maybe a recession in 2024. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I do think a recession is coming. And hey, Monica. Right now, I went long on it, so I'm hoping to have a price target of really just about, $27,000 or so is something that I'm looking for. I have a pretty high leverage position, but it's not going great so far. I should have bought it now instead of a few minutes ago. I actually told you guys about that too, and I was like, but I forgot I was trading with 50x leverage. I was like, yeah, 50, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, on the bullish side, I would say something around 27,000. If you wanted to maybe, how do you want to say it? Go the other direction. Maybe something around 26,200, 26,300. Because, looking at the 4-hour chart here, if you're just talking about the next few hours, you might be looking something more at a dip and a rip. And we're creating a higher low, and that's what I'm looking for. My stop loss right now is right there. I'm hoping that we can have some type of dip and rip, and I wake up in the morning, though, and I see something that's really good. Because I think we're bound to have a nice touch at the 20-day moving average, or in this case, the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. But the 20-day moving average is right up here towards 27,000, so they're pretty in a close spot. 27,000 here. This one's at 26,702. I guess from a perspective of trading with 50x leverage, so that's pretty intense there. but I would probably say it's more of a buying zone down here for a larger move that comes up maybe in the morning hours. If we start to break that back down again, or if you're looking more of a short, I would be more inclined to open up a short right now, come back down, and then close it somewhere down here by 26,300, 26,200. But of course, this would be a pretty heavily leveraged play, because if you look at this, let me just get rid of all these drawings and stuff. You know, from here to just like a little bit of a stop loss point or a target price, it's like 0.67%. So if you wanted to make 6%, you'd have to have a 10x leverage and stuff like that. My trade right now is down 20%, because again, it's a 50x leverage, and it's down about $100. So it's not down a lot, I guess I would say, since I bought it, but I bought it at 26,524. We're about $100 less than where it was as far as Bitcoin's concerned. So it's not like Bitcoin crash or anything. It's just that I have incredibly high leverage. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for short term. Let me do this for you guys, so you guys might be able to see this in the morning, and I can show it to you, or I guess the afternoon. So if I'm looking at this right now, I would say maybe let's just do 26,600, something really nice and easy. So what I'll do is I'll do 26,600. Probably not the best ratio, but it's fine. 26,600, and that'd be a profit of 71 bucks. That's not enough for me. That's really not enough for me. Never mind. 4-hour chart. Let's go up here. Let's just do let's just go to 27. Yeah, we have a new candle today. Yeah, okay. Let's go to 26,950. How would that look for me? $950, $400 profit, 80% up. Yeah, that risk reward is trash, but that's fine. I guess normally what I would be looking at here is more of a, instead of having a stop loss way down here, I might move that stop loss up here, but I don't want to get, there's been too many of these crazy wicks happening, like these little and then we kind of build our way back up. I don't want to get stopped out of it, so I'm willing to kind of put that extra pressure on the myself, I guess. Yeah, but just down about 95 bucks now. I mean, down 20% about. It's like down 19%. Not good, but I guess it's not bad, bad at the same time. But yeah, so I also have another account that I might do some live trading with you guys with eventually. But yeah, so right now, probably looking a little bit more of a dip than rip type of effect. Looking for the day, I would expect us to have a really nice, robust day here. At least that's my theory at this point. Go over here very fast. Daily chart here. We haven't had that MACD crossover yet, so we still might be going down, which is a little bit more of a risky page. 4-hour chart, though, we are looking closer to having a crossover, and this is kind of what I'm banking on. That's why I said like tomorrow. Go back over here to the 1-hour chart, though. Had that crossover a while ago. I traded this a little bit last night. I guess, yeah, but I bought it after the stream was over, and I closed it. When did I close that trade? There it is. But I just want to see a time. Close position. I closed it, so it's a long I already have. So long 50x at 7:11 in the morning. So 7:11. But yeah, I closed at 7:11, which is closer to being over here. Yeah, during this dip, it hit my little stop loss. No, 7:11. Oh, this is hour chart. Never mind. What did 7:11? 7:11. 7:11. And this little like crack over here when things were coming down, it looks like that's when I sold it. Popped up a little bit more, it came back down a little bit more, but overall it's like up a little bit more than when I sold it. But yeah, so let's go back over here to the 1-hour chart. Still looking okay, but going back to that 4-hour chart, you do see this crossover happening right here. Maybe that may lead to another dip then rip. Am I concerned? Not really, but I guess I didn't. This isn't really what I would consider a very high risk trade. So it's like 600 bucks, right? But oh, do I not have the 2-hour here? 2-hour crossover still looking good. And there's one other thing here. I think I saw it earlier. There's the Impulse MACD. That's not what I'm looking for. Lux Algo, no. Average, no. Super Trend, no. Although Super Trend might be kind of fun to see what happens here. Oh, let's go back over here because we're probably still on a sell signal here. 5, 5, 1. Yeah, we're definitely still on a sell signal here. Let's go to that 15. Yeah. So I'm hoping we can have a little more of a pop here, but again, shorter term, 4 hour, still looking pretty bearish. I'm hoping we can have that big bounce, but we haven't had that change of character here that would symbolize something like a big move. That change of character would happen sometime tomorrow evening, it looks like, if it were to happen. But where's the indicator I was looking for? Squeeze momentum indicator. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of the MACD for now. Let's get rid of the oscillator from Lux Algo for now. I have a black background, don't I? Can I see the gray? Thicker. Okay. So this is the Lazy Bear squeeze. So it kind of shows you squeezes and releases, so to speak. Let me go over here to the 4 hour chart. See if you guys can see this. So we've had our downward squeeze here, but we've kind of leveled out a little bit more. So that's one of the reasons I'm hoping to kind of build our way back up. Like we had our squeeze up here a little bit. This wasn't a squeeze. The last squeeze we had was over here. Squeeze happened, started to level off, and then we had a little bit of a larger move. Again, this is a 4 hour chart, so these are like a day, maybe a day and a half type trades, nothing too long. But I'm hoping with the momentum shifting here, I chose a good opportunity. Now, I would still say you have an opportunity to buy if you want to, but you probably don't want to take the trade I did. I just took the trade over here just because I don't know why. I knew I was going to be able to hold it for one. I knew my stop loss is way down here, so it didn't really matter. I'm losing profit, but I was live streaming, so sometimes I just do it because I don't want to overthink it. You guys know I have ADHD and high anxiety, so overthinking it normally doesn't work to my benefit as an investor. Overthinking is probably one of the worst things that I do when it comes to losing money. Oh, let's go back over here very fast. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. My last few trades have only been smaller profits. 18% ROI, 47% ROI, 4.6% ROI, 11% ROI, 114% ROI, down 30% ROI, up 229 ROI, up 54, up 5, down 69% ROI, up 0.32, up 9, up 8, up 3, down 7, up 14, down 9, up 119, up 11, up 36, down 5, down 48, down 26, up 27, up 23, up 80, up 1.5, down 4, up 36, down 19, up 31, up 170%. So kind of all depends. And I guess some of these trades are much larger than others. Some of these trades are, Fairdesk has, like this trade right now, we're down 20% just like where we were a few minutes ago. But if you go over here to the futures, which we are at, you can go over here and look at the ones that are moving the most, like Ajax. And some of these move up quite a bit. And I think you can go up to 20x leverage on these, or 25x leverage. So if you have like a 15x chart here and you measure it out, and you get let's just say you get this first little breakout, you're up 17%, but at a 25x leverage, you can get to the hundreds and thousands of percent sometimes. But I usually have a target price and a stop loss, so I go to sleep and I wake up and I just kind of see what happens. Because most of the time it happens early morning, and I may not be up. I may be out with Loki. I may be checking on my mom or driving her to dialysis. So sometimes I'm not watching the market as closely as I should. I just done all the work beforehand, which is kind of nice though. And what's right here? Ethereum Classic. I don't know if Ethereum Classic's been doing anything of late. And Zane, let me know which token it is. I don't know exactly what your you put 3 things down. There's something to USD. I don't know which one it is. And you're talking about Ethereum Classic. Where's Ethereum Classic on my list here? There we go. Move down a little bit. Okay. I mean, just like Bitcoin, everything's pretty much the same right now. It's coming to a level of support on the weekly chart here. If you guys are looking at some of the charts going forward, you guys can see we're kind of in this consolidation pattern. Now, normally we would actually break down below this and we would start coming back down to maybe $12.61 over the next few months. Or, you know, over the next few months, we may be looking all the way down to $5. I think that's a little bit too extreme for now. But at this point, let's go over to the daily charts. We're consolidating. We're looking for an opportunity to buy. I'd be more inclined to buy if we can just break this subtle downtrend we're in. Forget about this more aggressive one here because technically I think we've probably already out of it. Yeah, like right here. I'd be looking for an opportunity to try to scale into this position here as far as Ethereum Classic is concerned. Your stop loss is probably around, I guess you can call it 1687. I might be more generous and do something more around the line of $15, but that may be a little bit too much for you because if you buy now, $15 is kind of around 15%. So I maybe you just want to wait for the breakout. But if you do buy now and you want to have a decent stop loss, I would still say about $15. If you wanted to make it a little bit less aggressive and more conservative here, you may be looking at a stop loss of maybe just $16.15, or maybe even a stop loss just of this trend line here, maybe around 1683 or so. Save yourself some grief if it really does have a larger move down. Moving averages still show we're coming down for a little bit. I don't see anything really crazy about this one now, but really just a multi-week downward move. A death cross about to happen between the 50 and the 200 weekly moving averages. It doesn't look like it's happened before because it's a relatively newer token. You know, years, not like decades. 4-hour chart short term. Still coming down bit by bit, but this is definitely getting closer to that accumulation level of what you're going to be looking for if you're trying to buy a dip bottom to eventually chew out the breakout or chew out the resistance breakout and go higher. Or if you don't want to buy down here, you could just wait for the breakout to occur sometime over here or over here, whatever, and ride that wave. But if you buy over here, obviously, you know, let's just say we get to a resistance level up here of $19. You buy down here, that's 12%, 13% profit. If you buy over here, you're looking more at 7.5% profit. So that's the choice you're really making right now as far as how much support you want to give it, or how much how would I say this articulately, or how would I articulate this, the ratio you're looking for. So maybe if I were to go over here very fast, is this long, like if you buy down here, that target is right around there, your stop loss is probably right around here, so you could have a ratio of 8.44. that's not a terrible one. Or if you feel a little bit more confident, you can have a ratio coming back down here to 6.5. What is that ratio? 1.87, not nearly as good. You might have to expect it to go up a little bit higher, which I probably wouldn't do. That's kind of around 2.76, a little bit better, but you're not entirely sure if it's going to actually come all the way back up here to these levels. It would take, again, Bitcoin breaking back out above its 20-day moving average here, which at this point it's kind of just going sideways here bit by bit. Sorry, Loki's having a nightmare. He's like, woo, woo, woo. So I had to make sure he's looking okay. Okay, but okay, buddy, I'm going to call it a night. I got to go upstairs. I was supposed to be done at 7 o'clock, but it was a good technical analysis day for us. Go out and check some of the news, everybody. It's definitely been a pretty interesting day. I want you guys to stay informed about what's going on with the debt ceiling, so I'll be putting out some more content about it. Tomorrow morning, I have a video talking about Democrats and Republicans and basically what they want for the debt ceiling, and basically what Republicans want. That's the theme of the article that CNBC posted, so I'm just kind of going over that article. And then I kind of want you guys' thoughts of who you think is right and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys a little bit later tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how that trade went. So far, I'm down $125. At max, I can lose $600, and at most, I can make $400. So we'll see how it works out. Wish me luck on it. Hopefully, we can have a pretty nice rebound here after it comes back down, maybe a little bit more. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But okay, buddy, have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks.